Good morning, everyone. I'm Daniel Drake.
And I'm Alicia Burke. Welcome to to Long Beach Local News' weekly update. Having technical difficulties already. Please feel free to join our live chat and let us know your questions. We'll try our best to address as many as we can throughout the show.
We've got some exciting stuff coming up today, starting with an uproar at LBUSD headquarters this past week, celebrating the Memorial Trans Health Clinic's first anniversary here in Long Beach, hearing from a special guest with us about Domestic Violence Awareness Month, updating you on Long Beach Transit's new reductions to student fares, and finally we will be discussing a local nonprofit who has proven pivotal in the activation of policy to combat homelessness throughout the city, which I know is a hot topic for a lot of people right now. But first up, Long Beach USD Board and Superintendent Jill Baker were confronted by 3 separate protests outside of their headquarters simultaneously Wednesday afternoon. Superintendent Jill Baker announced that afternoon that the employment of the LBUSD school safety officer responsible for the death of Mona Rodriguez, Eddie Gonzalez, has been terminated effective Wednesday, which is big news and a big update. Yet no criminal case has been filed yet. Here is a clip of Jill Baker's statement, as well as word from one of the community organizers calling for LBUSD school safety reform.
After careful consideration, our Board of Education took the decisive action to terminate the employment of the school safety officer who was involved in the off-campus shooting on September 27th. I want to start by expressing our deepest sadness about this incident. We send our sincerest condolences to everyone who has been impacted by this terrible event, especially the family and friends of the shooting victim, Manuela Rodriguez. After our internal review, we clearly saw areas where the employee violated district policy and did not meet our standards and expectations. We believe the decision to terminate this officer's employment is warranted, justified, and quite frankly, the right thing to do.
The community, everyone here today, have come together to call for 3 demands. The first one is to fire Eddie Gonzalez. We're thankful for the district to following through on that demand. Today, he was fired. The second one is that we want the SSO department removed, dismantled, and rebuilt. We want that to be a process that involves the community with community and has the community a partnership to make sure that that happens. We need to make sure that safety includes mental health professionals, parents, students, and also other community members that have the skill set to bring community together and interconnected. And so that's our second district, and we want, that's our second goal. And the third goal is to make sure that community is heard and supported.
So in addition to the update on the Mona Rodriguez protest, the CSCA union was demonstrating for to call for better pay and safety resources as LBUSD employees. They're the administrative and support staff of all these schools that are not getting the raises similarly to the faculty and teachers. So it's going to be an interesting battle for them.
And you also got to interview a couple people out there who were saying, we just want what we're owed, or we want to feel like we're being appreciated during this time. Yep,
definitely. And they had a lot of passionate words to be said. And they were among a lot of different voices that were calling to be heard from the board and the superintendent. So in addition, as a part of the large crowd waiting to be heard by LBUSD board was a group calling themselves the Long Beach Parents United, organized in protest of the new vaccination mandates for school children within LBUSD. We had a chance to speak to several of these participants, and here is a clip from that conversation.
I think my signs basically say it. I think when there's a risk, there must be a choice. And to have any kind of a mandate for teachers or children is completely wrong. This vaccine does carry risks, and I believe everyone deserves to make a choice on their own. Nothing should be forced.
Do you have children in LBUSD currently?
I just pulled them. I've taken my children out. They're now homeschooled.
So that's a powerful statement, to be so passionate about an issue that you're willing to remove your children from public education and then move them into homeschooling.
And a lot of parents do feel this way, and that was the reason that they were out there. There was nothing malicious about the protest, which was nice. It was just people with different views being heard by the school district. So, hopefully this conversation, continues and we get some resolution, because it's not going away.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a complicated issue, especially considering that there are aspects of misinformation that were going on, even in the conversations that I had a chance to have with these people trying to be heard.
Yeah.
But hopefully something productive comes out of it that's in the best interest of the kids and the families involved.
Absolutely, and we'll definitely keep you updated with that story. So moving on, the LBGTQ clinic at Memorial Care Long Beach Medical Center is celebrating their 1-year anniversary. The clinic offers primary medical care and acute services to all who identify as LGBTQ. The clinic also provides connections to services, medication, lab work, and referrals, regardless of ability to pay or insurance status. It's really a one-stop shop for all medical needs for the LBGT community. For more information and hours of operation, visit www.memorialcare.org.
That's really exciting news. I mean, they started out as a small clinic with a small team, and they've now fully become a permanent part of Memorial Healthcare.
Yeah, they're very excited.
Yeah. So, but in other news, Everyone In is a nonprofit organization powered by United Way that helps advocate and identify people and policies to combat homelessness in the city of Long Beach. Their mission is predicated on affordable homes, education, and activation. They also aid by affected. Hard script. They also aid the affected by directing them to the most appropriate services in their area. The goal for everyone in this the goal of Everyone In, that's a difficult name for this organization, is to find long-term solutions to a systematic issue that includes not only homelessness, but also racism and unequal access to resources, which they are making the point of being a huge part in why we see homelessness so prevalent in Long Beach.
Yeah, we have a full story with video on that on our website, so definitely check that out. That was really good. So the Long Beach Transit is now offering special discounts for students riding to school. What used to be $50 to $75 a month for daily fares is now being reduced to a $40 monthly student tap card with unlimited rides. Further savings are also being offered to students at certain schools in Long Beach, and information can be found at ridelbt.com/students. The tap card can be downloaded for easy access and reloading, and the Move It app can be helpful for planning a trip ahead of time. For more information on all programs, visit ridelbt.com. So that's actually really awesome, and it's definitely helping the students and their parents, obviously getting them to school.
Yeah, I mean, with everything going on, going to school and getting home from school is already proving its own challenges, as well as just being in school at all. So, it's nice to see a community organization and business make an effort to
Absolutely, and everyone has their cell phone, so downloading that tap card is crucial.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But we're going to take a quick break here to hear from the Port of Long Beach about some of the new things that they got going on, which is exciting.
Envision a port where cargo is moved only by zero-emissions cargo handling equipment. That is the objective set by the Port of Long Beach, where technology advancement efforts to reach its 2030 zero-emissions goal are already in full swing. Today at Pier J, operated by SSA Marine, the first of 9 electric rubber-tired gantry cranes, or ERTG cranes, is currently operating as part of a $9.7 million grant from the California Energy Commission to demonstrate a total of 25 pieces of equipment and vehicles that are zero or near zero emissions. This demonstration involves converting 9 existing RTG cranes that run on diesel fuel into cleaner ERTG cranes powered by the electrical grid, thanks to infrastructure improvements made by Southern California Edison. With the second RTG crane conversion now in progress, SSA aims to have all 9 diesel RTG cranes converted into ERTG cranes and placed into service by late 2021. Data will be collected over the 1-year demonstration at Pier J to assess operation, performance, and energy use from each ERTG crane moving goods at one of the largest and busiest ports in the world. As a result of this electrification effort, it is anticipated that over 18 tons of nitrogen oxide emissions and nearly 1,500 tons of greenhouse gases will be eliminated each year. To find out more about all the zero emissions projects currently taking place at the Port of Long Beach, please visit our website.
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Today we are joined by Dean Lockwood, Director of Development and Community Outreach for SUCASA, a local nonprofit working to end domestic violence. Welcome, Dean. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
So Dean is here with us, or to speak with us about the dangers, statistics, warning signs, and ways to seek help regarding domestic violence. So first off, Dean, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and about SUCASA?
Well, SUCASA, SUCASA was formed in 1979, and the founder, Petra Melendez, was a domestic violence survivor herself. When she found that she wasn't finding the resources that she needed at that time, she decided to take action with her own hands, and she turned her phone into a hotline. People could call her to get information, and she opened the doors of her house to make it a shelter.
Oh, wow.
As a matter of fact, speaking with her son not too long ago, he let me know that there were many nights that he slept in the bathtub because his room was being used, his bed was being used by survivors.
Oh,
We've taken that and we've grown from that start to 2 shelters, a short-term domestic violence shelter, emergency shelter, where clients can come with their family and start the trauma healing and create a new path for themselves. And then from that point, they graduate to the transitional shelter, which is up to a year. It's more independent living, and it's an opportunity to get into school or education, finish their education, to get the employment they're looking for. It's very goal-driven, and it helps them reintegrate back into society.
that's amazing.
We also offer a hotline. Last year we took over 2,500 phone calls on that hotline.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, I mean, it's awesome to know that this was like a personal start to the organization. But what are some of the like explicit services that are offered?
Well, again, the hotline, that's kind of our entry point to SUCASA. And with that hotline, they can find information, whether it's referral information, maybe they're just finding information about what domestic violence actually is to confirm where they're feeling at the time. It could be in an emergency situation where they need to leave the house with their children and find emergency shelter. We can help with our emergency shelter. We've placed clients in hotels, especially during this past couple of years with COVID, or even to help them find emergency services in a new location. Security, safety, secrecy are all very important to us.
And so in addition to the hotline, what are other ways that people can contact you all? Do they come in person or?
Absolutely. Our website gives a lot of general information, sucasa.org. We do have a walk-in office. It's located on 3750 Anaheim Street, East Anaheim Street in Long Beach. And we also have our hotline number, which is 562-402-4888.
Okay.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, that's amazing to know, especially because from what I understand, leaving the relationship and the situation and location is arguably one of the most dangerous points of being in a domestic abuse.
It is, and the national average, the statistic shows that it can take up to 7 times for someone to actually make that break and start things over. And when someone comes to us, essentially they are homeless. They've left their home and they're now beginning a new life. And although our focus is on the domestic violence survivor, the collateral damage, you might say, is the children. So we offer programs, counseling, education for the kids that come to us and live in the shelters also.
And are the shelters just women and children, or do you offer services for men as well?
We don't see many men. It's a cultural issue many times. Last year we had 2 male clients, and each one of them brought their roughly elementary school age daughter with them.
Okay.
So we do, and they get the same treatment. And many times the women in the shelters rally behind them because they know the extra effort and the extra challenges that it took to actually make that call to get help.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there's so much like stigma surrounding that kind of a situation as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's the statistics, national statistics aren't that far off. 1 in 4 women and 1 in 7 men will face a violent interpersonal abuse situation. So it's not that much of a difference in the amount. So those that are seeking help are really making a big decision.
So how can the Long Beach community help your organization and other organizations that are helping to stop domestic violence?
Absolutely. It's a little more challenging with COVID, of course. We tend to keep a hands-off approach when it comes to no-touch kind of a situation. So it's difficult to take physical items into the shelters. But people can go to our website and we can donate through our website cash. Gift cards are always exceptional, and we do have an Amazon wish list on our website as well.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, so you mentioned the hotline, the website, and the telephone number. Can you just give this to us one more time, just so people have it?
Absolutely. Our website is www.sucasadv.org, and our hotline number is 562-402-4888. Is that 4? 8. It's 4888.
Okay, thank you so much. Again, thank you, Dean, for joining us. And please, if you're in a situation, definitely reach out. There are so many resources that are out there to help you in this community. We'll be right back after a short break. And again, thank you, Dean.
Envision a port where cargo is moved only by zero-emissions cargo handling equipment. That is the objective set by the Port of Long Beach, where technology advancement efforts to reach its 2030 zero-emissions goal are already in full swing. Today at Pier J, operated by SSA Marine, the first of 9 electric rubber-tired gantry cranes, or ERTG cranes, is currently operating as part of a $9.7 million grant from the California Energy Commission to demonstrate a total of 25 pieces of equipment and vehicles that are zero or near zero emissions. This demonstration involves converting 9 existing RTG cranes that run on diesel fuel into cleaner ERTG cranes powered by the electrical grid, thanks to infrastructure improvements made by Southern California Edison. With the second RTG crane conversion now in progress, SSA aims to have all 9 diesel RTG cranes converted into ERTG cranes and placed into service by late 2021. Data will be collected over the 1-year demonstration at Pier J to assess operation, performance, and energy use from each ERTG crane moving goods at one of the largest and busiest ports in the world. As a result of this electrification effort, it is anticipated that over 18 tons of nitrogen oxide emissions and nearly 1,500 tons of greenhouse gases will be eliminated each year. To find out more about all the zero emissions projects currently taking place at the Port of Long Beach, please visit our website.
Well, I mean, it's great to know that there's so many resources available for something that's such a prominent issue.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
And thank you once again to Dean for coming on and sharing that with us. And once again, it's Domestic Violence Awareness Month, but this is something that's ongoing throughout the year, so definitely reach out if you need that help.
Yeah, because it doesn't just end today or this month, but this is a good month to get involved if you can. So those resources are available. So please, if you can, help.
And we'll definitely be highlighting more, local shelters and local resources throughout the month, as well as some breast cancer awareness. It's also a month to recognize that as well. So, yes.
But let us know what's going on in your area. If you see any news in your neighborhood, call or text us at 562-653-NEWS. That's 562-653-6397.
Thank you for watching. Please stay safe and enjoy your weekend. Don't forget to tune in next Friday to find out what's new in Long Beach, from local attractions to breaking news. I'm Alicia Burke.
And I'm Daniel Drake. This has been your weekly update with Long Beach Local News.